Hello, my name is Voya and welcome to my deep guide and one of the end of the year videos where I'm just gonna talk briefly and I'm gonna share with you guys what are my favorite purchases of 2024. Not all of them are e-ink related, of course, because my interests vary. And it's a little bit of a different setting here because I got tired of the other room because I've been preparing so many videos in advance in hopes of having actually some free time, even though I really don't understand that concept at this point. So I think I'm going to be spending my free time trying to relearn how to actually enjoy and use free time, and by the time I'm there, yeah. But anyway, let's get back to the topic of the video. So I'm going to start with my deep guide and e-ink related purchases, and I'm going to share with you what is my absolute favorite purchase of the year so far in 2024, and that would be, probably not to anyone's surprise, it would be the Books Go 10.3. This is simply an excellent device, excellent value if what you're looking for is within this type of frame of limitations and everything, because it doesn't have a front light, etc, etc. So it's not for everyone, but for me, as the title of the video says, my favorite purchases, for me this is pretty much spot on. The only thing that I don't really prefer about it is that it doesn't have that flexible, thinner glass panel like the Note Air 3C does, or maybe it does have it, but because there's such a small distance between the surface of the screen and the screen, maybe that flex doesn't have enough travel room to actually allow that amortization of when writing. Either way, my only kind of nag about it is the surface and the writing feel of it, which is good, definitely good, but I prefer the writing feel and the give on the Note Air 3C just a little bit better. But other than that, this is like a really, really awesome device that I love immensely. And for reading, there's just, since I've gotten this, I haven't really used anything else for reading because of the image quality, the contrast and all of that stuff, and just the format of it, just being so thin and nice and portable. It's just a lovely, lovely little device. And then you actually couple that with a really, really fair price as well. Yeah, it's an awesome one. Oh, the other thing that I really don't like about it is the fact that they didn't include the origami type of cover that can support a vertical stand. So those are the two nibbles that I have regarding the Go 10.3, but I really, really love it overall, and as such it's definitely my top one favorite purchase of the year for 2024, e-ink related. However, there has to be an honorable mention as well, and that would be the Remarkable Paper Pro. I think the Remarkable Paper Pro, again, won't be a device for everyone, but it represents something fundamentally new and important with the technological achievements and advancements that they've actually managed with the Gallery 3 panel. No one has managed to do that currently in the world, and there are no competitive products that can actually deliver what Remarkable Paper Pro can deliver with that panel. And for me, why is it an important purchase? Even though it's not something that I'm gravitating towards using, but after the update 3.16, I think that I might be gravitating more towards it because it improves the image quality quite a bit. We'll see. But either way, I immensely respect this device and what it represents, and therefore I consider it an important purchase from that standpoint. And now for some other non-e-ink related stuff that I actually quite value. So for me, one of the most important ones is something that affects my work environment primarily, and that's actually these lights. And these are the Go V lights that I've installed in several different areas of the room here that I work with. And they're super, super flexible because you can actually adjust it via the tablet and via the app, and just have your default settings that you want, and then you can just check them out, and it just works in a really good way. Previously, why does it matter to me? Previously, my work environment lighting was like this. It was rather dark, and at one point I kind of figured out, hey, yeah, this is not feeling really that great. And then I understood, well, I'm sitting like in in the darkness basically for quite a while. And yeah, let me just grab the camera so you can see where I've installed them. So I got them here behind the speakers, a little bit there, so that they can illuminate that side of the room. And I got them in this section here as well, where the music is. And I can control them via the tablet here normally, and it just works really, really cool. That actually transformed my working mood, environment, and inspired me to actually make active changes in my lifestyle and in my environment as well, because I noticed just how big of an improvement this small change actually brought to my everyday life. And now when I turn these lights off and I look back at what the state of the studio was before, I'm amazed that I haven't figured this out earlier. Considering that I love synthesizers, one of the most impactful obtaining of the year for me was something that I was looking for a very, very, very long time. But it's kind of difficult to find one in a good condition, but I managed. So let me just flip the screen here, and that will be this orange looking monster in beauty, which is the Waldorf Microwave XT. And that is an awesome synthesizer, and it's in a really, really good state. It has been refurbished prior to the purchase. It has actually new pots, which is a really cool thing, because these are infinitely rotary encoders, which tend to get bad, but that one actually is sorted. It does have a little ding here, but other than that, it's awesome, and I absolutely love this thing. And yeah, one of the reasons why I want to carve out enough free time is to spend time with that puppy. And finally, music, as you can see here, is a really, really important part of my life, and especially now when I had this period of working really, really, really hard for a very, very long time. I've spent a huge amount of time listening to music. Now, you know, a lot of people will say, well, you can just stream. Of course, you can do whatever you want, but for me and my own kind of listening pleasures, I prefer the CDs and vinyls for whatever reasons. These are the reasons that I have on my own. So I'm really happy when I actually am able to find a good music purchase, particularly vinyls, if I find some. Now, the music stuff that I like really varied things. Well, first one would be the Hallucinogen that released their or his Simon Posford released like a really nice package here of 4 vinyls, 2 for the first album, second for the Lone Ranger, which is the second album that he has. And it's a wonderful package, and really, really nicely kind of made like a book. But more importantly, also they're remastered, and they're remastered in a nice way. So that was a super nice kind of moment when that was released. Similarly, this was an also new release this year. It's Mystery of the Yeti. Who knows? That is a rare and old album that I'm just over the moon that it was re-released this year, and that's just like a dream come true for me, because I remember when I had this actually on a audio tape and then some crappy little MP3 files. The CD I could never find or afford afterwards because they are super expensive and super rare, and actually to get this to be re-released was an awesome thing to see. And finally, down here, I'm uber happy that I managed to actually find in Australia. Yeah, dude in Australia had a mint version of Carbon-Based Lifeforms 23 album, which is one of my absolute favorite albums from Carbon-Based Lifeforms. All right, so that's a little look behind the scenes and a little bit of me sharing with you guys what are my interests and what are the things that made me happy during the 2024. And material things don't really bring that much happiness to me at all. unless they actually represent something or they hold an emotional value. So that's why, as you can see, it's like synthesizers, music related stuff that's not really the object, but what it actually brings to, yeah, my everyday life and what I can do. So I can actually enjoy the music that I have here, I enjoy the packaging, I enjoy the love that came into making that artwork and the printing and just making of that whole thing in the case of the vinyls and the albums, and in the case of the Waldorf synth, it's, well, obvious for anyone who has synths and loves synths. And I hope that you found it interesting, this kind of little behind the scenes look. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye!